add table to validate, click data source. DataBuck supports multiple data sources. Databricks Delta Lake, that is one schema. And this is something very powerful. Now, this schema has a few tables and files in it. You could click all the tables and files within that schema to be validated, or you could pick and choose one table. Now, the power of DataBuck is the ability to validate an entire schema without having to go one by one. You give it a nickname, and you could give more descriptions as needed. Now, this is something very powerful, worth remembering. Even if you don't remember anything from this webinar, I hope you take away this. DataBuck gives you the ability to get data trust score for hundreds and thousands of tables and files in a scalable manner with literally no information provided about the table. What have I not told DataBuck about that entire schema? I have not told DataBuck whether it is financial data, it is operational data, whether it is sales data, or any kind of data. All I've told DataBuck is, here is a table that is registered with Databricks, or here is an entire schema registered with Databricks. This has 16 tables in it. Just go validate that. This will get queued, this will get validated, and we will get notified, alerted when the table gets, when all those tables get executed. We're not going to wait. It's going to take, and it's going to start fingerprinting and validating the entire schema. We're going to quickly jump in and take a look at the results. We go back to the home screen, and what we're going to see again is this is the screen that we started with. Go down to the insights on the left, and we will see there are multiple capabilities of DataBuck: observability, trustability, quality, matching, and profiling, and so on. We pick the quality. Now, DataBuck has different workspaces, and all these workspaces are listed in the top. And for any workspace, which could have a few dozen or hundreds of files or tables, DataBuck tracks the data trust score, DTS, for that entire workspace. It also tracks multiple other information. If the tables have been classified as customer table or product table or a transaction table, it'll give you the data trust score for each of those different kinds of groups of tables. We now click on the table here. We'll see within this workspace the different types, the different tables, and these could be actual physical tables or these could be views that are listed, and what the data trust score is for each of these. What I just showed you a couple of minutes back was how easy it was to validate the data, each of these tables to get these data trust scores. Now I'm going to double click on one of this, and we're going to deep dive to see what is the information that DataBuck collects, and it is populating it back into the Unity catalog. There is a lot of information that's available here. We're not going to go into each of these details. The software automatically profiles the data. You have profile information and a whole bunch of other stuff. Now, down to the table level, the software tracks the data trust score of an individual table over time. This is at a value of 92. And as you scroll down, you'll see some very powerful information, very relevant to all data users. For the different dimensions of data quality, these are the standardized dimensions of data quality. The software has looked at the table and it's auto-recommending the critical data elements for each of those checks. So for example, in the uniqueness or the duplicate, the software has auto-recommended the transaction ID be used to check for duplicates. You as the user or in the driver's seat, you can always override that and edit to what the software is recommending. It is not written in stone. You could always do that. Now, for different data quality dimensions, the software recommends the critical data elements. And it also creates thresholds of checks, which we will see next in a minute or two. And based on that, it flags the number of defects in these for each of these data dimensions. And these